Chapter 5. The First Escape Attempt. The princess was a floating prison. Below deck, the air was thick and stale, smelling of sweat, damp wood, and salt. The 60 men crammed into the prison room were restless, angry, and desperate. Many claimed to be Americans, seized just as Joseph had been. A single thought seemed to burn in every mind. We must get out of here. One day, most of the officers and crew went ashore to bury a shipmate. As the sound of their footsteps faded, whispers spread among the prisoners. Now's our chance! A few men worked quickly, prying at the iron bars of a porthole. The metal groaned and bent. With one last shove, the opening was wide enough for a man to squeeze through. Joseph peered out. The river current flowed fast, strong enough to carry a man away if he could survive the swim. They tied together pieces of rope and blankets, making a line about 30 feet long. "We'll slide down quiet," whispered Joseph's friend Forbes. "Meet you in the water." Forbes went first, disappearing into the shadows below. Joseph swung his legs over the edge, ready to follow, when a shout rang out. "A man overboard!" Lanterns flared. Boats splashed into the water. The officers had returned sooner than expected. The hanging port above them slammed shut, trapping Joseph in the open. If he stayed, he'd be caught. If he jumped, he'd face the musket fire of the guards. He chose to jump. Cold water swallowed him. He struck out for the far shore, kicking hard against the current. Above, lantern light danced on the waves as search boats fanned out. Joseph spotted a narrow space under the ship's accommodation ladder, a perfect hiding spot. He and Forbes crouched there in the dark, holding their breath as voices called, "Find them! Find them!" The searchers rowed past, unaware of the two shapes hidden just beneath their feet. When the boats turned away, Joseph and Forbes slipped into the open water, heading for shore. The swim was brutal. Their heavy clothes dragged at them, and every muscle burned, but freedom was worth it. Then a voice barked from the darkness. "Here's one of them, and here's another." Lanterns flashed, and hands yanked them from the water. Dripping and shivering, they were hauled back aboard. "How dare you try to swim away?" an officer demanded. Joseph answered simply, "I am not a subject of King George, and I have the right to my liberty." The next day, they were separated. Joseph, along with about 150 other sailors, was marched aboard a massive ship of the line called the Rodney. She carried 74 cannons and nearly 700 men. Joseph was no longer just a prisoner. He was now part of the British war machine. Lesson for the journey. Even when our plans fail, God can still use the experience to teach us courage, endurance, and faith. He may have a path prepared that we cannot yet see. Bible verse: "Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Joshua 1:9.